To master Power Grid, you need to manage your money and know when to strike. During the game, you bid on power plants fueled by coal, oil, trash, and nuclear power, with plants being able to power more and more cities over time. Fuel for these plants is limited, increases in cost as the supply diminishes, and can even be entirely depleted. To put that fuel to use, you have to build a network of cities, seizing the best routes while they're still available. The more cities you power, the more money you make, but the later you go in turn order, which drives up fuel and route costs as you race to be the first to power enough cities to win. Designer Friedemann Friese has created dozens of themed expansions for this flexible game system that continues to evolve year after year. And that's why Power Grid has been inducted into the BoardGameGeek Hall of Fame for 2025.
Power Grid was one of the first economic games I learned to play after learning such gateways like Ticket to Ride and Settlers of Catan, as it was called in my day. Power Grid came out in 2004. That's over 20 years ago, a lifetime in the board game world. But for a game that came out that long ago, it doesn't feel dated at all. It's where I first learned about the price fluctuations of an economic market, a thing that's so commonplace now with many other Euros. I also learned how crucial turn order is. Power Grid has a unique mechanism that I love, where some phases will go from first to last, and then last to first. So positioning yourself in turn order is very important, as resources will get more expensive, or you might get blocked out of a city that you're trying to build into. For a Euro, Power Grid is highly interactive. I love the bidding war that happens when you're trying to acquire power plants. I just like sitting back and seeing players escalate and outbid each other, and then immediately are filled with regret because they spent too much on acquiring a power plant. If you spend that $1 extra, it might come back and bite you in the butt. I've seen many games come down to that missing dollar that they overspent in previous rounds. Many of the things about Power Grid I enjoy are cornerstones of other Euro games. I love Power Grid so much that I have a bunch of maps for it. Central Europe, Russia, Japan, the Mideast, and Australia. Power Grid is such a classic economic game, one that I can never say no to.
When Power Grid was released in 2004, I was still playing Settlers and Carcassonne with my high school buddies after being introduced to them while living abroad. The only other Friedemann Friese game that I played up to that point was Finsterfloor. Today, Power Grid is my favorite board game, by far my most played, and it's inspired me to play nearly every other Friedemann Friese game. It introduced a market system that I think is still one of the best in gaming, and incentivizes turn order jockeying in an unintuitive and risky way. I'm incredibly grateful to the community of BGG for continuing to be a place to share resources, connect over a shared love of games, no matter where or who you are. And I'm grateful to be representing Power Grid in this celebration of BGG's 25th anniversary. Welcome to the Hall of Fame.
Power Grid is a masterpiece from designer Friedemann Friese, and it's one of those games that is very simple but very deep. I can teach this game in probably 10 minutes, and even though you haven't played a lot of board games, you will understand what you're supposed to do. You will not manage to do it, especially not if you're playing with Sunniva, because she has always won this game.
That's actually so weird because my math is not good, but this is Math the board game.
Yes.
Everything you do, it's an economical decision. Everything that you do, you are bidding on things, you are then buying things from like a market, and it's so economical, but weirdly enough, I really love it.
Thank you to all of the contributors who helped make this video, and thank you for joining us in celebrating these incredible games and designers who have shaped the hobby we love. For more details and to explore even more amazing games, visit BoardGameGeek.com.